On October 10th, 2009, I got the call from the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office that my father, Cliff Backmann, had been murdered. My mother and father were divorced when I was 2 years old. My father was in and out of my life, unfortunately out of it more than he was in. As I became a teenager and graduated high school and became an adult, he and I started to develop a relationship. Because he was murdered, we never got the opportunity to continue that relationship. We spent the last 10 years of his life developing a relationship that was closer than we had ever been before. These are all him in high school. I had never seen a lot of these pictures until after he died, and then family gave me a bunch of his old pictures. So we're on our way to Bonneval Road, which is where my dad was murdered. I've only been a handful of times over the last almost 8 years, and I've never been with anyone else. I've always gone by myself, and I've never gotten out of the car just because it usually feel a pretty big weight start weighing on me when I pull in, and when I kind of take in the totality of where I am. That's where my dad was robbed, that's where he was shot, that's where he spent the last few minutes of his life. But I find myself, when I'm near there, kind of drawn to it, at least to drive by, and so I just don't go to that area all that often. So here we are at the scene. This is 6960 Bonneval Road. Right over there is where my dad was robbed, shot and murdered. My understanding is he lost consciousness on the sidewalk there, waiting on help to arrive. Even 8 years later, the weight of being here, I can just feel it pressing on my chest. I hope, one day to get the resolution that my family and my dad deserve, and hopefully find out who did this and make sure they can't do it to someone else. There was no organization, nowhere where people of unsolved homicides could turn to find support from people who had gone through something similarly, and even offer help in publicizing their loved ones' cases and keeping their memory alive. So in 2015, I incorporated Project Cold Case, a nonprofit organization based in Jacksonville, Florida, that serves families all over the country with unsolved cases. So this is the Project Cold Case office. This is what we do on a daily basis. We come in here. This allows families a place to come to explain to us about their loved one, to seek peer support. There is no such thing as a typical day with Project Cold Case. I could come in here one day and do nothing but call victims and take calls from victims, their loved ones, their family. All of the pictures of victims that have come through our website are featured. We spend a lot of time talking with families, a good bit of time talking with law enforcement, trying to facilitate the answers that these families so desperately need.